What's up, everyone? This is Carl.
Hey, gang, Brian.
And it's 2020, and we're still drinking beer.
Indeed. All right, broski, what's on the docket?
All right, well, today, guys, we got a couple beers. It's been a while. So, Z, you've been pumping out beer more and more lately, haven't you?
Yeah, a lot of barrel-aged stuff.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like barrel-aged stuff? This is the time. This is the season for that, right?
Every season's the season for it.
That's the truth. Hashtag truth spoken right now, gentlemen and ladies. So, let's start with yours. I guess you said it's ours.
It's everybody's ocean, man.
Right. Our third American Wild Ale series.
Yes.
It's our Baca Inocula.
Yes.
It's Inocula.
Yes. Baca's Latin for berry. Inocula is in inoculate, as in it's funked out. And we got the bugs.
And I think that's what happened, right?
Heard. Yeah, absolutely.
So this is, so if you don't know, we do, every 10 months we push out a new American Wild Ale. This is our third in the series. I think I mentioned that before.
Yes.
And we released this, I think, in early December, mid-December, I think.
Yeah, mid-late-ish. I got it out just before Christmas.
So, right, exactly. So awesome. So what do we got going on?
Okay, Baca Inocula, American Wild. We use a lambic grain bill, but these are American, like farmhouse. Like this is definitely American yeast strain.
Okay.
Funked out with a little an appropriate sour tart load with the bacteria, cleaned up with the yeast. You get a lot of those tropical esters and some of that barnyard funk that you're looking for with wild yeast. Beyond that, we started it with raspberry. Got a nice healthy dose of raspberry in there, let it ferment all the way out.
Yeah.
I think in the future we might start finishing a little bit of the fruited part on the back side of it.
Okay.
But we'll probably do that more on like kettle sours. Like something like this, we don't want to toss a huge sugar load in at the end. We're trying to cellar it. We're trying to age this for a couple of years. So you're going to get more of a lot of the complexities coming from the yeast. So it's definitely raspberry forward. It's definitely sour and tart. It's not going to be raspberry in your face. A lot of that's been fermented out to like more complex, dare I say, more mature palates are going to pick up on some of this stuff.
I agree with all that.
Totally love me a good kettle sour. That's a fruit bomb. Totally get it. Totally appealing. This is not that. This is more like, I guess I would explain it like, do you want that like sugared down sweet white wine, or do you want that like dry wine that you can pair with a lot of food? This is the latter.
It definitely has that dry taste on the back end, you know. So like,
the acidity always dries out your palate. This attenuates to like 89%, so it's a dry product.
This would go good. We had for New Year's we did a New York strip and shrimp combo meal, and I always thought this would pair nicely with it.
Sure, anything medium light body. A lot of desserty stuff like apricot chicken would be awesome with it. Like cherry cheesecake would be really really dope with it for sure. Yeah.
So awesome. Yeah. Let's take a little sample. I already did while you were talking some details there. Dude, it smells so good.
Finished it with Laurel hops. That's up front too. I should make mention that those are very distinct hop.
Yeah.
I really like them. They got a lot of floral and dark berry character.
Okay.
We're going in with a hazy IPA coming up with all laurels. I really enjoyed this hop.
Nice. Yeah, it is. It's got a great nose to it.
Yep.
The raspberry's subtle. It's not like you said. It's not overkilled. It's there subtle, and which is great.
Yeah, we'll throw it in your face on the kettle sours, but for these, let's ferment it out.
And I definitely think this works because like a lot of people who don't like sours, this is still I think a good entry to bear to like introduce them into look, just check this out.
For sure, and like same thing with the kettle sours, like I definitely get that demographic. We're gonna sour those pretty aggressively in the kettle.
Sure.
But for this, we're looking for kind of that middle ground that's balanced.
Yeah. Awesome. We have this currently on draft. You can get it in growlers, crowlers. We did bomb it up like we always do for American Wild Ales.
For sure.
So we got that available for sale. I know it's going to be at a couple places spread throughout the Iowa. Wine Styles, I think, buys it. And then we also have a special 4-pack. It's all three of our bombers, our American Wild bombers, plus our Bull Bolotsky. That's a Russian Imperial that we did a video. I think that was our last video that we did. A 4-pack and a handcrafted carrying case for like only $75. So that's a steal. I think we only got like 8 of those left.
Yeah,
so
something like that.
So anyways, awesome. You drank yours. I'll drink mine.
Sorry, I'm impatient.
I ramble. So awesome. And that dryness, I mean, you probably could just tell with me, like even just swallowing it, like a consumption. I probably drink like 2 ounces right there. I mean,
that's the appeal with pairing with food on beers like this. I mean, like that's why wine pairs so well with food.
Right.
It's going to dry out your palate. You're going to take a bite of something. You're going to have a drink, and you're going to go right back to the food. Like, it's a great palate cleanser. Dries out your palate.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so what we got here next is a little something. If you guys remember, we did a double chocolate stout last year.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think, was it already here when I started? So last winter time? I think
something
like that. So Z took that and made a couple variants called Betty's Private Reserve.
Yes.
Want to explain what this whole brand, or not brand, but...
So it's a double chocolate stout, barrel aged, highlighting a specialty ingredient. This is a collab between Blonde Brothers and Betty Jane Candies. Some of the first ones that are streaming out are kind of R&D, including what we got in our hand right now. So this was actually red wine barrel aged, so not Blonde Brother barrels, but red wine barrel aged Pinot Noir barrels, and then we finished it with dates. It was a pretty juicy date. Since we finished it with the dates, this is super rich between the chocolate, the date, the red wine. I mean, it's, dare I say, an aphrodisiac in a glass, something along those lines. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how it wouldn't be.
Yeah, this is unique in such a really pleasant, awesome way. It's almost so rich that you have one. It's like going back for a second slice of cherry cheesecake. Like you're probably not going to do it. It's so rich.
But if you do,
but it's really good. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I love it. When you told me this, you told me the other 2 variants. We got a bourbon and coconut.
Yes, bourbon barrel aged on coconuts, coffee beans, and then bourbon barrel aged on vanilla coffee beans, and those are all kind of R&D. And then after those are out, we have like the first real rendition. So I'm looking to team up with Betty Jane and Blom again, and I think the 3 of us are going to link up and do next year's release, and we're going to kind of talk about different ingredient, like what ingredient we want to highlight, and we're all going to link up and do it together. I think
that'd be awesome.
Yeah,
but I know when you told me all 3, I mean, I love the others. I love the coconut one, and I love the vanilla coffee. But when you told me this one, Pinot Noir with dates, I'm like, I don't think I've ever had a beer like that before.
Yeah,
I mean, I've drank a lot of beers. I don't keep track of all of them, but
it's unique in such an awesome way.
Yeah, and when I tell people this, going around like, hey, you should try this, and I tell everyone, and they're like, ooh, that sounds awesome, or it just sounds so unique that they haven't had it. And
yeah, man, I get you. It's so balanced too. It's like I said, it's rich, it's sweet, but as far as like the flavor profile, it's balanced between the red wine. You pick up like the tannin load from the barrel.
Yeah.
Like the chocolate's there, and the dates are definitely there.
Yeah, that date finish on it is so just. I don't eat dates by themselves, but I sure as hell would keep drinking this.
Sometimes the texture when you...
Yeah, that's true, for sure. Liquefy it or purify it or juice it out, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So we pitted all the dates and then pureed it.
How long was that process?
Yeah, that immersion stainless blender in the kitchen just annihilated all of them in like record time.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. We have the technology.
Right. That's awesome. Well, dude, this beer is so unique, and like I said, it's getting great positive feedback. We only have limited, like you said, these are test pilots or test batches. So
honestly, I got such a poor yield on this that it's definitely getting chalked up for R&D. It was kind of an expensive product to make.
What people don't even understand is like you can do the math, like break it all down. Okay, I'm going to get this, but after you actually produce it, you can sometimes come up with lower yields than what you expected.
Oh, for sure.
You don't actually know what's going to happen, right?
I mean, yeah, like you're always going to put the product first. So if you got to be willing to sometime eat a loss to make sure the quality of the product's right where you want it.
Well, then next time when you want to make a bigger batch, what you have to.
You know what? It's a process, man. There's a little bit of a learning curve, so we got it dialed in now. So
and damn, we love our job.
It's not bad.
It's not bad, right? Awesome. Well, cool. I think that does it for this episode, right?
Cool. I mean, yeah, I'm cool if you're cool.
Yeah, like I said, we got both these on tap right now. The other variants we're gonna probably just when this one runs out, then it'll be the next one, probably the coconut one, I think, right?
Yeah, let's do that next.
And then I think we'll do the vanilla coffee bean one, which we tried them all. They're all great. We're running out of room. We have 15 taps and they're all filled right now. So
our portfolio is diverse.
Yeah. So
especially with all the barrel aging.
Yeah. If you guys haven't ever been to our location, come and check us out. We have flavors for everyone.
Beer only gets better.
Right. You said you have a new hazy IPA coming out.
Yes. And we're going to keep it hazy on year round. Hopefully for a good portion of the year, a couple on.
Awesome.
Teaming up with Team Potosi on that one. That we're actually brewing that like tomorrow. So
you guys kill that.
For sure, yeah.
Kill it every time when you guys work together on those. So
absolutely
awesome, guys. Well, cheers, Brian.
Yeah, cheers.
Take it easy, guys.
Cheers.